What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 91. Today was week 15, day 7, November 9th, 2025. Sorry to get a little date so I know exactly what day it is. Um, Today we had our secondary deadlift session, but we had some singles. I ended up working up to 462 pounds. I ended up taking 418 as my first single, moved up to 440, and then 462. As far as like how I felt during warm-ups, I felt decent. I mean, I didn't get a lot of sleep. I got like 2 3 hours of sleep. Because I ended up taking a nap earlier in the day for like 3 hours. So I just couldn't get to sleep, and obviously I go to the gym like at 2:33 in the morning, so it's always hard if I take a nap during the day to like just end up getting good sleep. So made like 6 hours for the day, but three before the gym, which is like not ideal. And I definitely felt it. Like warming up, it was heavy, and the first two singles moved well, but this third one, I feel like it could have been better. But I mean, it still moved how it needs to move. I think my position was also slightly off, um, at the bottom there, which definitely did not help. And I decided after, my top singles for my top set of five here with 374 that I don't want to do mixed grip or hook, raw grip because for well, not for no reason, but my grip was kind of cooked after I did the three singles because I held them all at the top. Um I feel like when you're doing grip work, the especially for deadlift, the most specific you can get is just holding your deadlifts at the top, your singles or the last rep of your set. And that's pretty much as specific as you can get. And I've never really had a grip problem when it comes to deadlifts. So, and I've done so much strap work. People always like to say, "Oh, if you do too much strap work, your grip is going to get weak." But it's like your grip is increasing even when you're using straps. You still have to grip the bar. It's not like you're just not working your grip at all, right? Like people think that straps completely eliminate your grip. And it's like, no, your grip is still going to get stronger while you're using straps. That's not how that works, bro. And I feel like people just kind of fearmonger straps for some reason. But I've always done a lot of, deadlift strapped work because it just helps me get into a better position. But I've always also done extra grip work on the side to kind of compensate. And most of the time it was specialty stuff. But as I've gotten further in my training career, I've started to realize you can't really get more specific than just holding your deadlifts, right? And aside from that, maybe now I just do like some forearm extensions and wrist curls, stuff like that to just develop my forearms. But so far, I haven't had a grip issue, which is good. Because I've been doing a lot of strapped work, which um, honestly I think is better for me as well because it helps me to get a better position and work out imbalances that I might have in my upper back, which is always nice to not develop those further, especially when historically I've had a pretty decent imbalance between my left and my right side. But I think that has kind of dissipated this time around because I've pretty much exclusively started with my left side as far as it goes with this training block, and I actually feel like my left side of my body is probably as strong as it's been compared to my right side, because I felt like before I had some pretty noticeable weaknesses, and I feel like I've done a good job at making sure that those are like dissipating over time. But happy with the main stuff. I did some RDLs here. This was a 297 or 135. I think I got 11. I can't really remember. I decided to do a little bit more stricter row this week, and it honestly felt pretty good. 209 for what's like 8. And this was nice. I'm glad that I decided to do these at the end of my deadlift sessions, kind of just bang some out right there. One set. That's all I really need. Feels pretty good. And then I've been banging out some T-bar row or like this adjustable lever. I think this is called the lever row from Arsenal Strength. Banger machine. Feels like shit, feels really heavy, but it is also very nice as soon as you start to learn how to use it. I think historically I kind of had like a hard time because I was just like lifting my chest up off the pad and just kind of letting the weight drop, but I've started to push back into the pad and kind of try to control the weight as much as I can. This camber is kind of messed up because it's old. It's like a 7-year-old machine, and people kind of slam it. I've also done my share, a little bit rusty there, but it's still a very good machine, and I've definitely been putting in some work on that one for sure. I started using this different pull down because I think that the knee pad is better. I think that it gets me in a better position than the other one because the other one is kind of like broken, so it lifts up. So sometimes my knees just like drift up during pull downs. Um, but I've been trying my best to do these like very controlled. Again, I've talked about this a few times, but I feel like this has just felt a lot better. And even if my torso position is not like completely vertical, just like controlling it and making sure I'm coming out into the front, which has been good so far. Like I feel like my lats have been getting stronger week to week and really exploding. Um, which is always good, because the base of a big body, of big strength, is your lats, your upper back. And I feel like my lats historically have been good, but I feel like my upper back strength, my mid back traps, rhomboids, rear delts have been strong, historically, but everything else has been kind of weak in that upper back area. So I'm doing my best to hammer those and make sure that I get in good volume and continue to get stronger while we enter this next phase. But I kind of wanted to talk about that. We're kind of entering like the peaking phase, right? We have about 3 weeks where we're doing triples, and then I think a week of doubles, and then we're off to the races, right? I need to check my training block real quick, actually. Yeah, yeah, we got 3 weeks of doubles or 3 weeks of triples, a week of doubles, and then we're doing a deload like a just the meat week type shit where you end up dropping a fatigue, and then we're maxing out that week, and I'm pretty excited, man. Like so far, I think that this training block has gone pretty well. So the realization, I'm doing my best because I haven't peaked in a while. I'm really aiming for it and doing my best to make sure that I don't miss it. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, a comment, or a subscribe. I will see you in about 2 days for the beginning of that peaking phase. Thanks for watching.